Hey guys, it's Amber. So today we are going to start on my 2017 favorites. So today we are going to start with high-end products. So these are going to be things you can buy at Ulta and the higher end Sephora, and I think there's a few other like independent brands, but they're usually more expensive, things that aren't found at Walmart, Target, CVS, places like that. So let's go ahead and get started. So what I did to kind of come up with a list of things that I thought would really symbolize 2017 to me was, let me look back and see what was in my favorites videos. So I actually went through and looked at all my favorites videos, and I didn't do one every month, but I got a good idea of the things that I was using over and over and the things that I was repeating a lot. And I feel like I've got a good list of things that I really loved and for me felt like 2017. I also have a few items that are more of like December favorites, but I'm gonna throw those in as well. So I started the year off with my Modern Renaissance. Although I don't think I've touched this in the last 6 months, this was the palette that I reached for again and again in the beginning part of 2017. I used this so much. I loved it. I loved all these orangey, rosy tones. And you know what? I'm excited to get back into using this again. I feel like it's one of those forgotten favorites. And I'm like, yeah, I love that. I should use it more. So looking for more of this in 2018. Next was my Tarteist Pro Glow palette. I'm pretty sure I got this at the end of 2016. So I had it basically the entire year. But this is one of those palettes that I feel like everyone else hates, but I love. So underrated makeup, I guess. But I love the variety of highlighters. I love the sculpt shade. It's perfect for me and my skin tone to do a nice contour. And also, even though it gets a little tacky from the highlighters, not tacky, shiny, I also like this cream contour shade when I want to go and contour it out a little bit. And these highlighters are gorgeous. I have them all swatched in my highlighter video if you're interested. But there's a lot of dupes for other highlighters in here, and I really, really liked it, and I used it all year. Next, when I got this in my Boxy charm, I could not stop talking about it. This is the Blink palette. I love this little palette. I have used a ton of it. I love how creamy these shades are. It's perfect to just pop on the lid and just give you a little bit of extra something. Of course, it is a companion palette, so I need something to work with it, but I love this thing, and I will continue to use this. And that brings me to my next one, BoxyCharm. I started BoxyCharm this year, and I love my BoxyCharm. And I can't believe how many things that I love I got in my BoxyCharm. Like standout favorites for the whole year came in my BoxyCharm for $21 a month. And no, I'm not sponsored by them. They don't even know who I am. They just send it to me like everybody else. So, and I love that some of you guys get BoxyCharm too, and you guys will tell me what you get in your boxes. And let me know, was there anything from the BoxyCharm this year that was like a standout favorite for you? So yes, thank you BoxyCharm for making 2017 beautiful. It really helps for me too, because I try not to spend too much on makeup, and I've been cutting back. So getting a whole box of makeup every month, it feels like a lot, but I'm just like, it's fun. It's good for me to try out new things and keep my channel fresh, so I love it. So next is the highlight and contour palette from IBY Beauty. I got this in my BoxyCharm, and this was my first real like highlight and contour palette I got, and I have loved this. I've used so much of it, and I don't feel the need to purchase like Kat Von D or anything else, because I'm like, I have this, it works really great, and these shades work great for me. And this is not a brand that I was super familiar with, but I'm glad I got it because I really, really like it. All right, next, I mean, what would 2017 be without the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette? I mean, this thing was so talked about, so wanted over. It was in and out of stock, and it was limited edition, and then it's permanent. And anyway, I really enjoyed this palette. And yes, it has gotten a little bit dirty, but I'm a mom, what doesn't? I still feel like I've hardly even touched a lot of these shades because there's so many that each have only gotten a little bit of use. So I'm obviously gonna have this for a long, long time to come. I like the formula. This was my first Morphe shadow experience, and it was a good one. All right, next is the Pure Soiree Diaries. I had never used anything Pure, I think, at all. Or if I had, it wasn't their eyeshadows, but I love this little palette. I don't know why more people don't talk about this, but I love these matte rose. Like this, I can just create so many looks with, and then I pop these shimmers on, and they are gorgeous. I love this palette. I feel like I need more eyes to use all of these things, but I'm looking forward to switching it up in 2018 and doing 2 palettes a month instead of 1, because I feel like I can rotate through more things. So that'll be kind of fun. But I did do a couple looks with my project palette last year on this one, so I probably won't be doing it again anytime soon, but I'll probably still pick it up for random looks because I really enjoyed this. Next is more of a December favorite because I only had it for the month of November and December in my Boxy charm. And this is my surprise, is the Winky Lux palette. Guys, I'm obsessed with this. I did a look with it for my Christmas look where I use these berries and golds. This blue fantasy that's going on my eyes today, this color right here on transition, this brown in the crease, then I put this blue on the lid, and I popped this in the center. Boom. Duochrome magic. Loving it. Let's get into some of the non-makeup palette stuff. I don't have a ton. I feel like I tend to like to buy my other items more drugstore, and then I focus on palettes for high-end. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. So a couple things that also came to my Boxy charm. First is this Ofra long-lasting liquid lipstick. This was the first Ofra lipstick I've ever tried. I would definitely try more. And this is the shade Tuscany, but I've worn this a ton. I really like it. I mean, you know when the label's starting to wear off, that's like getting some use. So I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this Temp2 bronzer. This was my first liquid bronzer. Highlighter. I didn't buy any of the like custom FX color drops or anything like that. And so this to me has been my liquid glow for the year, and I have just liked it a lot. I know it's not like a typical thing that you can go out and buy, but I really like it, so I'm still gonna include it. Okay, and then the last one from Boxy Charm is the Studio Makeup Blush. This is also one that I was like, oh, loose blush, man, it looks kind of meh. But I love this blush. It's so pretty. It's such a natural shade for me. It's perfect for my skin tone. So if you have this blush in your Boxy charm, it's collecting dust, dust it off, take it out, give it a whirl. It is awesome, you won't regret it. Next I have the Tarte Shape Tape. Now, I'm gonna include this because I think it's great, and when I want that really wha-bam, under my eyes, bright, cover something, cut my crease, this is what I go to. But it's also kind of a love-hate because when I was using this every day, I started getting little milia right along my lash line and on my eyelid. Not a fan of that. So I don't use it every day anymore. Actually, there's one that's gonna be my drugstore favorites that I've been using every day. But when I need to go full glam or do a cut crease, I will pull this out, and I do like the texture of it. But unfortunately, it's not gonna be an everyday concealer for me anymore. I was using this and my Urban Decay Naked. Now my Urban Decay could be causing it because it is old and I, you know, had it forever. But when I stopped using this, the milia stopped. So I'm pretty sure this is what it was. So it makes me sad, but I still like it for those on occasion type things. So next for foundation, I have my Flawless Skin Makeup from Prescriptives. This is one of my guilty pleasures, but it's guilty because I don't think the Prescriptives is cruelty free, or else it's one of those gray area brands where it's like, it's owned by Estee Lauder and they test on, but Estee Lauder owns so much. Anyway, it gets into a whole gray area. I'm just gonna say that. But I love how this looks on my skin. This was a rediscovery. I used to use this so long ago. It was my favorite Holy Grail foundation for years. Then they stopped carrying it. I found it again. So I have been reunited with this for 2017 and it's great. I don't know that I'll repurchase it because I really am trying to do cruelty-free only makeup, but I do really like it. So if you're not worried about cruelty-free things, this is a great, fabulous foundation. And last but not least is my IT Cosmetics CC Cream, which I'm not really sure where it is. I think it's in my makeup bag upstairs. But I love this. I've used it for several years. I mentioned it in several of my favorites, and it's great for summer. It's great for people who don't like a foundation feel, who just want a one-step, do it all. It even covers most of my redness, so it's really awesome. It's not like super all day long lasting, gonna take you marathon day from morning to night, but it is pretty good. So anyway, that is everything in my 2017 high-end favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for my next favorites, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!